Yeah. 너의 come never sleep on me. Eyes on my chain 숙여 너의 go get it what you're looking at fool. 너의 눈 흐리 멍청했고 find your comfort from another yeah. I go low like undercover yeah. Wanna know my name 죽지 않은 일은 위에 부어버려 기름 guess. You can't even guess me cause I'm baby. high low로 확실해 not like maybe.
And then it'll go straight to me and I'll introduce myself, and then I'll introduce my guest, and then we'll flip them on. We have multiple windows here, so we have hotkeys. We can add videos. We can add different guests, up to 10 guests. We can add YouTube videos. So this gives us a lot more options than maybe TikTok can if you guys do a lot of podcasting. Okay. I'm newer to TikTok, so I've been going live lately to show our dogs. But again, I'm just showing you a little tutorial on what we do basically with our dogs and our podcasting and how to share our information based on our experience with the European government. Okay, so now I'm live pretty much. I'm speaking through my my speaker here, my Shure. I got the Rodecaster Pro. Let me go back to home here. So you can see the levels that I'm speaking through. Test, test, test. There you go. So you can see it. It's going through this whole device. I can actually record on an SD card, just audio only. We are on Spotify, iHeart Radio, and Apple. So if you guys ever want to hear our podcasting, while you're driving, some information, past clients, breeders, trainers, all that good stuff, we are on. Okay. So let me flip you back to me, and then we'll talk about the dog. Oh, last thing, forgot to tell you guys. So with my face cam, okay, I am simultaneously recording through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as of right now. Okay, so you guys can see. All right, so let me place this in the same area. So now people can actually see me. All righty, so anyway, sorry for that little intro, but we just wanted to go and let you guys know how we actually stream and how you have to stream on multiple platforms. If you're going to go TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and Facebook all at the same time. So, again, just wanted to give you, Nira, what's up? How was your weekend? Hope your weekend was good. Thank you for joining us. So I wanted to go over some of the dogs that were picked this weekend, and I'll show you the puppies, and then let you guys know the names. So hopefully some of our owners are on this morning, so we can talk about their experience as they jump on, and then I'll show you some of our dogs and all that good stuff. Just waking up. Cats and kiddos kept me up. Yeah, that's the weekend. That's the weekend. So anyway, so we had some great guests this weekend coming to come over and see my girl Cash. She lays right next to me over here. Cash's puppies. The weekend prior, we had Rain's puppies, and a lot of their 4 owners came over and seen them. And we know their name. We know Oreo, he's green. White is Lilith. Pink is Xena. And who's the other boy? Who's the other one? Xena, Oreo. Oh, I'm sorry. Yellow is Moses. Okay, so that's Rain's puppies. And we wanted to do the same thing with the other puppies. So we had the clients come out, they chose their puppies. So I'll go down the boys and then the females. So the boys, we had the number 1 pick, which is Isaac. and his wife come over, and they chose a black boy. They're going to do a lot of a lot of exercising, a lot of sport work with him, protection for their home, and they picked black boy, so they named him Simba. Okay. Everyone has a choice of names, but every name that goes under our kennels will have a down nemesis after the name. Okay. So through AKC records, I don't have any records right here. Oh, maybe. So when you get the litter certificate through us, okay, you can have your dog name right here. Okay. That's your choice on getting a third, fourth, fifth generation litter certificate, which is a pedigree. We complimentary give you guys a second generation litter certificate when we register the litter. Okay, because we pre-register every single one of our dogs. We don't allow our clients to register our dogs because sometimes they will not register, and that just does not look good on a reputable breeder. So when we register our dogs, we get 100% registration. That's how you become a reputable breeder through AKC. So for instance, say we have 10 puppies and I give you guys the registration papers, and let me see if I have them, and I'll show you an example. Yes, I do. So say for instance, the breeder gives you one of these. Can you guys see that? Okay. The breeder gives you one of these. And they go, hey, you need to fill this out. You need to send it in. You need to register your puppy because it does have the number here, order pin number. It has the information on the dog, and then the according AKC number. So they leave it up to you to register your dog. We don't do that. Ever since probably 2019, 2020, we know better now that we pre-register. It's on our dime. We pay for it. We pre-register all the puppies. So when you guys pick up your puppies, we don't hand you one of these. We can give it to you if you like, because it just goes with your paperwork. But all we have to do is go into the website at AKC, since I have your information based on the application. And what I do is I go through AKC once payment is made in full, and I transfer ownership from me to you, from our kennels to you. And it takes 5 seconds. Okay. So now every one of our dogs is being registered under AKC. Okay. What's up, Andrew? Good morning. Just going over some paperwork, talking about your guys's visit this weekend, and basically how you guys chose your puppies and how the other owners chose their puppies. So going back to this again, this is a registration paper. I will give this to you if you guys need it, but you guys don't really need it because again, I pre-register all the puppies. You guys will get a copy of this litter certificate, second generation. You guys can go through AKC, get your dog's name right here, okay? And then you guys can get your formal pedigree for your dog. And you guys can go up to fifth generation. I think we have fourth generation, but we have, you guys can get yours here. But again, as a courtesy to you guys, we give you a second generation litter certificate, a copy of this, okay? So again, as good breeders, as a reputable breeder through AKC, we have 100% registration on all our dogs. Okay. So that's what a lot separates us from other breeders. To make sure that we educate our clients, make sure that we take care of them, make sure we're taking care of the dogs, and that we just transfer the information to other breeders. If they want to be reputable and have good breeding ethics and doing the right thing by the dogs, and have, your name stands up. So, through AKC, if you start doing these good habits, then you guys will have get into heart breeding. So through heart, let me see if I have them. Yep. Okay. So you guys can order packets like this. Welcome home puppy resources. Okay, you guys probably can hear me over there on Instagram and YouTube. But through TikTok, I'm showing them. This right here is a regular welcome home puppy resource kit that you guys can order when you guys register your dogs and you register your litter. You can request this. It's extra money to buy these. Okay. When you are a reputable breeder through AKC, they will start stamping your AKC paperwork with that. Bred with heart. Okay? That's what separates you from other breeders. Bred with heart. Okay? So it stands for health, education, accountability, responsibility, and tradition. Okay? You guys see that over there in Instagram land? Okay? So I'm going to put my comments on over here, see if I can see my comments. Okay, so you guys can actually see what separates us, okay? With bred with heart. Give me one moment, let me see if I can turn this mute site. Sometimes you have to mute the site over there and listen. Okay, so again, regular breeders, reputable breeders, bred with heart. Okay, so all that information comes in a packet. You will get all your second generation pedigree. You will get your invoice. You will get your puppy health, all the health records that we did, all the deworming and the booster shots. So you guys can actually take this over to your vet when the time comes and you take them over to your vet. You can give them this whole packet. They can look through it, see all the pedigrees, see the information, and then put you on a schedule for your next booster shot, your rabies, and your bordetella. And that's all you guys need. Okay? Don't let these vets, upsell you and try to get this and try to get that test and this test. All you basically need to do through our stipulations, through our kennels, is once you take them from us and our vet has already seen them and, deemed them healthy, you need to take them to your vet within 72 hours, within a week, and get them checked with your vet. Okay? And that's all you need. Pay for a vet visit. They'll check out the puppy, check their heart, check their breathing, check all that good stuff. And then once they say, yeah, your puppy's good, then you schedule a vet visit. If you want to take a shot then, it's up to you guys. Because all you're going to have to do is you're going to have to come back to get the rabies at 12 weeks old, which is probably in a week or 2 weeks after. So why pay for 2 vet visits, right? You got to go, you're good to go. All right. Let me put this back over here. Now, I have a lot of different packets. All our packets are coming with hearts now. Just know that basically all our information is there. Again, you guys will get all the health records. This is for the 10 puppies. I have to put them into their folders. But this is all the information from all the 10 puppies that we did the deworming and the booster shot. Okay. Now I can put names to them because before I just put the collars: red collar, army green, blue collar, orange collar, black collar, pink collar, green collar, purple collar, brown collar, and lavender collar, which is gray now. Okay. So let's go back and let's talk about the names. So going back to the names and how the owners really chose the puppies was um, first pick male was Isaac. I've been working with him for about 6 months. Um, he has another Doberman, and he's looking to incorporate another Doberman at his home. Okay, a new male. So him and his wife came down, and came on Sunday, and they named their puppy names Simba. Okay, Simba. Um, we had the second owner, second pick. He had to come on Saturday. He couldn't come on Sunday after the first pick, so he said he was going to pick the top two. The top two. Okay. Papacito, I'm looking for your W. Want him to grow 130 easy. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend growing a Euro W over 130. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Go get yourself a Doberdane. But a regular European Doberman shouldn't be over 100, 105 at the max for a big boy. You're going to start running into hip dysplasia and joint issues. So for us being a reputable breeder, we're not going to recommend you guys getting a European dog over 130 pounds. That's crazy. So Orange Boy, he was third pick, but she's in New York. She's an active military, and she's in New York, so she really wanted Orange. But I was saying, well, I'm not sure. Isaac had his eye on him. So when they came down, Isaac kind of pretty much knew what he was looking for. Some of the other owners kind of knew what they were looking for as well, and they did some testing on them. Isaac really did extensive testing. He did the drop hand method. He did the roll over. He put them on their back. He stimulated them. He did all types of things with all types of all the puppies to ensure that he knew what he was actually looking for. Um, Also, since it was almost feeding time when he came over around noon, he was like, "Hey, since you're going to feed them, why don't you feed them? And I want to see how aggressive they are when they feed." Okay, so we fed the boys, and again, he ended up taking black taller boy named Simba. Green again, Hades. They do have a Doberdane. His name's Loki, and Loki is 2 years old. He has more Doberman than the Great Dane in him, and he intimidates a lot of dogs when they go for walks or go to the park. So he's been bit like 2 or 3 times. Okay, so when you go out and socialize your dogs, make sure that your dog is very sociable. All he wanted to do is play, but he's so intimidating. The other dogs were trying to bite him, so he got a little discouraged, right? So their owners wanted to come and get a puppy so they can actually grow with. He can get a little more confident with the Doberman, and the Doberman they'll be building each other. Basically, the puppy's going to get a little crazy, and as he's getting a little crazy with Loki, the Doberdane, um, Loki will have his confidence come back out. Okay, and so he'll be more confident, especially around other dogs. He'll know his limitations and not to play too rough because remember, he's introducing a new puppy in his life. So his parents are going to have to monitor them when he plays because he's a big boy. He looks like a big Scooby Doo. And so they're going to actually monitor both of them and they're going to build each other together. And they're going to bounce off those qualities as they grow. Okay. Again, Orange is active military. She wanted Orange, so she got what she wanted. So she named her boy Lazarus. Okay, Lazarus. And then so on the boy side, we do have two males remaining, blue and red. Red is coming up. Red was a little small. Now he's been really aggressive and been eating a lot, and he's actually catching up to the other dogs. Orange is the biggest. Black and green are pretty medium sized. I would say they all get to about 85 to 95 pounds. Blue is the same, but again, each person is looking for different qualities in a dog and how they test them, maybe the look at this time and point. but Red was a little smaller, but the most active. So I always say, people always say the runt. The runt is the smallest. Doesn't mean that they're the weakest, because actually they're the most have the most fire in them, because they always have to fight for the food amongst the biggest, right? It's like David and Goliath, right? Who won in that fight? Red, he's a feisty little boy. He's going to be good. If you're looking for sport work, bite work, Red boy, he's going to be feisty. Okay, Blue, good, very active. All the boys and all the girls are going to be very confident, great temperament, great behaviors, very smart. Based on our last litters, we understand what they actually obtain with. All right. Females. Now let's talk about the females. Now, Brown Girl was chosen by our returning clients. Okay, they already have a female from us. 4 years ago, they purchased a female from us. They love her, Mango, and now it's time for her to get another sister. So they came, and again, I talk to them all the time. We always recommend our clients, because we stay in contact with every single one of our clients throughout the years. Whenever they have questions, we just love seeing the puppy grow, how they're training them, what they're feeding them, the structure that they're putting in, all the adventures that they're having, anything that we can recommend to have them have a better experience, we try to put that into them. Okay. So Brown Girl was chosen, and they named her Justice. All right, badass name. I loved it. I was actually naming Green Boom, our other litter, Justice. Badass name. So they kind of knew what they looked for. Their daughter is a vet tech. She actually will take Mango to the vet, and the vet was actually looking to purchase a dog from us because they seen the quality dog that we produce. And every time Mango came in, he always spoke very highly of our dog, of Mango in specific. So she came by, the parents came by, Debbie and Greg, and they chose the Brown Girl. They chose, they were touching them, feeling them, seeing the interaction that they were having with them, and then also based on what the puppy is going to, contribute to Mango, they chose Brown Girl, which is Justice. Okay. We had our second owner come by, our second pick, Miriam and the daughter and the grandma and another gentleman, and they came back by the family. And it's so funny because they had a Doberman for 4 years. It was pretty much they started home sitting this dog from another person. That person actually left their dog 4 years with them. They lived in Texas for business, and I believe in Texas. And so they went back to Miriam and said, Miriam, we kind of want our dog back now. So, unfortunately, the dog went back to their original owner after 4 years. And so the daughter basically is 3 years old, and she kind of grew up with that puppy and wanted another puppy. So now they chose Purple. Okay. And the little girl, the mom didn't choose, the gentleman didn't choose, the grandma didn't choose. The little girl came over and knew exactly what she wanted, grabbed one of the puppies, took her over there by our weight center, and sat on the weight bench and just loved on that puppy. And that puppy loved her. So they really started bonding already. So that was really cute. So they chose Purple, and her name is Cersei. Cersei. So again, I love names, why they have meanings, why the owners pick them, and but also, in AKC, since we have over 150, 160 dogs out there since 2018, AKC doesn't recognize multiple names, like the same name. So you have to put a hyphen, you got to put your last name or something. And yeah, Cersei from Game of Thrones, you're pretty cool, right? So they named her Cersei. And so then great owners came down from Vegas area, and they came down. I believe he's on Doberman Tax Collector and Bugsy. They came down, and they're going to actually use this dog for a service dog. So they were looking at different qualities, different aspects of the dog, and how she was going to react to certain sensing and things like that. So Bubsy, she took Pink Girl, sat on the weight bench, and just loved her and didn't want to let her go. And you know it's true, Andrew. As you and I were talking, walking the property, talking about the dogs, talking about this, Bubsy was sitting over there with Pink Girl the whole time and just loving on her. She said she couldn't let her go. So yeah, again, every person has different um, outlooks, different perspectives on how they choose their puppies. But at this point, being around 6.5 to 7 weeks old, there's a lot more of their personality, their drive, and all that other good stuff is going to come out in them, right? And so right now, you're looking for paws, you're looking for muzzle size, you're looking for confirmation. How do they come to you? Who comes to you first? A little activity in them. Who's the lazy one? Who's laying down? All these little things that you can see from the beginning, but know that they're just all that's going to come more out of them as they grow with you. All right. So they chose Pink, and guess what their name is? Because their other dog that they brought with them was a badass male, which is Andrew's personal service dog, and his name's Bruce Wayne. So guess what they named their female? I'll give a couple people guesses. No hints, Andrew. No hints. Yeah, near Bruce Wayne from Batman, but they had a boy already. Now they got a girl. Now they got a girl. So what do you think they named their girl? On the opposite side of Batgirl. What's the opposite of Batgirl? Been popular lately on DC Comics. I'll wait a few seconds. But I love it. I love the names and how owners choose their names. Vicky Vale? Close, close. Well, anyway, I'll let you guys know. I'll give you a hint. Harley Quinn. So they named her Harley Quinn, and now they have Bruce Wayne and Harley Quinn. So that's why I was saying, because we do already have a Harley down Nemesis. So now we are going to have a Harley Quinn down Nemesis under our AKC registration. So I love it. I love the names that they've chosen. I love the introductions to the dogs in themselves. All the families were great. That's why we love to work with great families, very loving families. They all have experience. They've either had Dobermans with them, they have experience with Dobermans, they had Dobermans in the past. Um, so they're very experienced, and that's what we look for in our own. How many Moses do you? Not one, Patrick. You're the only one, my brother. Only one. So you picked a great name. And all these names are very strong names, right? All these names are very strong names. Simba, Hades, Lazarus, Justice, Cersei, Harley Quinn, Moses, Oreo. That's a little goofy, but I love it. Oreo, Lilith, and then you have Xena, the warrior princess. So that was our weekend this weekend. As we know, I wasn't on live this weekend. I had, a lot of guests over. We're getting the puppies ready, making sure that they're wiped down and clean for our guests, that they were eating, so they can have a little activity when the guests came over, that they weren't just all sleeping. So my wife and I were, we just, it's always busy when we have guests over. A lot of times we don't have the opportunity to actually do this with our owners. Um, because a lot of these owners are pretty much out of state because we have so many dogs in California already, right? And so, again, we promote on AKC Marketplace and Puppy Finder, but we do a lot of promotion on our social media platform, and we do still get California up here. But a lot of sea dogs and all health tested and all that good stuff. They normally pick their dogs just based on videos or based on what they see on how we show them. Um, so a lot of times we don't get the opportunity of doing this, but we're trying to do this more often, especially that those of the owners that can come down. I mean, some people drove 2.5, 3 hours just to get here one way, right? So we appreciate that they took the time. You know, they're going to be great parents how they come down. Yes, Patrick, exactly. And again, you know, you picked. There was only two boys, so you know, I think you did a wise choice on picking your boy. He's very loving, and especially for your needs. You know, he's going to be great for you. And you know, it goes a lot of times when I work with the clients. That's why I like to talk to you, uh, um, have a relationship with you guys, because the more I get to know you, I can pretty much match what puppies I see on a daily basis according to your lifestyle, right? If it's a new owner and they're like, hey, you know, I want a Doberman, but I've had other working dogs that never owned a Doberman, then I'll try to give them something where I see in a dog that's not too overly aggressive, not too much to handle, not too you know, high drive, all these little different things, so they can have a good experience but also not be overwhelmed where they're like, man, this dog is way too much for me. Because there has been down the line where other breeders have their dogs returned because they don't give the information to their clients like I do. And sometimes the parents and the owners are just overwhelmed with the Doberman, how smart they are. They're not putting work into them and things like that. Where the dog is overwhelming to the client, and then the client has to come back and bring that dog back. That's the last thing we want. We don't want to rehome a dog. We want you to be the first and the last owner. Okay. So again, we love to have these type of experience with the owners. We get to know you more. But again, if it has to be a point where you're choosing offline, we will actually do video conferencing with you guys and show you the puppies, show you all these little tests in front of you as we're going on Zoom or you know voice chat or whatever Apple has. But we do StreamYard as well. We do all types of different things. So again, I want to thank all the owners that came out this weekend and last weekend, and those that couldn't get out here. Thank you for always asking the right questions, always asking, various questions to ensure that you and your dog is going to have the best experience. Okay, so that's just a little about this. Okay, so I do again blue and red, blue and red. I do have available in the boys, and gray girl and light green girl, which I'll show you guys later. I do have available. I've been getting a lot of requests through AKC Marketplace. A lot of times they don't leave their number, so I have to send them a message through AKC, and they'll get back to me eventually. If they do have a number, I text them and I let them know about the application process, fill it out, send it over, and we'll go from there. So, guys, this is how we do it. For next year in March for Reaper and Titus with my boy Gerald, just because we've been promoting our puppies that they've been seeing from Cash and Whiskey and from Hero and Rain, and they know what we provide in our dogs, the passion, the love, the genetic testing, you know, the temperament testing, desensitizing, environmental training, all that good stuff. I've been getting hit hard. I just want to show you. I've been getting hit hard. I got 10 lists already. 10 people on the waiting list and read the puppy for next year. She will go into her repeat cycle around February. Will conceive around March. It takes 63 days for her March of my B day. Well, there you go, Nara. You're ready. You're ready for a new birthday gift. I think you have enough pets already, Nara. You got a lot of reptiles over there. I've been watching you. You love your pets. I love it. I love that stuff. My wife doesn't like that stuff. I'd be having tarantulas and all kinds of different things. I think in the desert where we live, we have enough scorpions already. So I'm not going to grab no scorpions, but we do. But you have some great pets, and I see that you love them. So that's awesome. But yeah, so March will be when they conceive, and then March, April, May. So May is pretty much when they're going to drop their lid if everything goes right. Right. Um, Again, we're going to do natural this time. We tried frozen TCI, and that didn't work out for us as well as we thought that was. You have to have your numbers like dialed in. Frozen TCI, which is frozen semen, that's 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 stored. Your female has to come in 3 to 4 times to get her progesterone test. As she's getting their test, she has to hit like her prime numbers. Um, Her follicles have to be perfect, um, and in the right timing. And then at that time, then they go in the office in the lab and they thaw out the semen, right? And it takes about an hour. As that's thawing out, they come and then they test it under a microscope and they see the mobility of the semen. Well, the mobility was good. Everything was going good. But the only thing is, on the con side of that, is the semen from frozen only lasts for 12 hours, right? Where fresh semen can last for 48 hours, 72 hours. Natural conception can last for 48, 72 hours. But frozen semen, 12 hours. So you only have a very small window of doing frozen TCI. So it looked like she was changing a little. Her mammary glands were getting a little swollen. Um, a lot of these good things that her showing was. But again, when we went to take the ultrasound, sometimes it can be a false pregnancy, right? And her heartbeat can be matched with the puppy's heartbeat. Sometimes it won't happen that way, but for some reason they thought they heard a heartbeat. So I'm over here telling my boy Gerald, hey man, I think she's good to go. She's changing her body, but also she was around 2 years old, so she was fully maturing at that time, physically and mentally, and so her body could have changed in a way at the same time that we were looking at it like, oh, okay, she may be pregnant. So these are lessons learned. And so I went back to Gerald and I said, look, man, I think we're going to have some great puppies out of Titus and Casanova's daughter, which is Reaper, which is the daughter of my import female, Artemis, Serbian. And we possibly were going to get some reds and some blacks, and we're going to have some really, really good puppies. And hopefully, again, I always rate our puppies or our litters based on our puppies, how they grow, how they're with you, what's their temperament, what's their drive, what's their confidence, how they work. If you guys need to go work them, and then at that point, because we only breed our, I'll say, wow, these puppies are off the chain. A lot of people love these dogs, just like they love Brain and Heroes and just like Cash and Whiskey. And we had a lot of want for them. Just like Deuce's dogs, right? Deuce has produced really, really good, nice dogs with Artemis. And so based on that, that's when I will say, let's breed again. Because you can have two good looking dogs, right? One may have higher drive, one may have a little lesser drive, one may look better than the other. They may have some titles, they may have this or that, but you won't know what type of puppies they produce until they produce them. So you can show me all the graphics in the world, badass graphics about two dogs and this and that. Okay, cool. Let me see your puppies. Let me see how they work. Let me see if they're sought after, and then let's put a rating on them with their temperament, with their aptitude testing. What's their confidence look like? Are they getting evaluated with some good trainers? Um, and then at that time, then I'll say, okay, now we got some great puppies. Then we can put a value on it, right? So again, we're not just breeding puppies. We're breeding. We're trying to preserve the breed in the right way. but we're always trying to elevate them and reach their full potential, especially with the clients that we choose and the clients that choose us. Believe me, there's a lot of clients I turn away because it's not the right time for them. Sometimes they don't have the right environment. Sometimes they work too long of hours that they're not going to have time to put the work into these dogs. So they're only doing a disjustice to themselves and to their dogs. No matter how much they want these particular dogs, they're beautiful. They see them all the time on social media. Doesn't mean that you're it doesn't mean that you need to have one, right? There's a lot of rescues out there, that you guys can get. If you guys are just going to have a lap dog or something like that, there may be some risks in that. You might have to put some training, vet visits, and all these other types of things. But when you buy quality, you have to search quality, reputable breeders to ensure that they're doing the right thing by the dogs. For me, I always say you buy cheap, you buy twice. Um, so make sure you guys do your research. Make sure you guys go to a reputable breeder. I always promote other breeders as well. So if I don't have puppies at the time and you guys come to me and say, hey, Mark, do you have any puppies? And I said, no, I do not, but I can refer you to another breeder that I would buy from because they're doing all the right things. They are, they have the breeding ethics. They're doing all the right testing. They prove their dogs. They do all these things that we pretty much do. And if I was looking for a dog from a breeder, I would send you over to them. Okay. I also somewhat broker from Dijon Logistics. So again, if you guys want to importing has been a little hot lately. But again, CDC regulations, you can't get the dog until about 6 months old. Hopefully that changes. So, for us, we want that bonding time to be very crucial. So, why import if you can buy a quality dog here in the States? Okay. So anyway, this is just some information that we went through this weekend. It was really busy. So now, guys, it's going to be the fun time. Even though I have 4 more puppies to show and to home, um, I will start taking individual photos and videos of your dogs that you guys chosen and start sending them over to you so you guys can share them with your family, share them with your social media platforms and all that good stuff, right? I need to go to the 4 puppies, Moses, Oreo, Xena, and Lilith, and start doing that with them before they get their ears cropped. That is coming up. Patrick, just to let you know, that's coming up this weekend, Friday, 11 a.m. We have an appointment with our breeding vet. So I'll show you guys all the process afterwards. We really don't show the process during through the procedure, but I will show you the process before and afterwards. And then again, I'll try to take some pictures this week for the first 4 clients that I have on Rain and Heroes puppies, so you guys can start promoting them, share them, all that good stuff. Again, for you guys that when you guys get the puppies, we always request that you guys keep us in the loop. Share if you guys are going to build an Instagram page for them. That's awesome. Some people do, some people don't, but they do share them on their personal page. If they show them on their personal page, sometimes their personal page is private, right? So we don't always get to see some things, but they do tag us and share them, and then we just repost them because we love to see how your puppy's growing, how they're being stimulated, how healthy they look, what compliments you guys are getting. If you guys are having any issues, behavior issues, how we correct that, training issues. If you guys need trainers, again, we are a great source for you guys. So again, reach out to us. We give lifetime puppy support, and you can talk to our past clients. You can see past clients on our YouTube feed, and you can see all that information based on their experience, how their dogs are doing. I would love to have all you guys on. Sometimes you guys are a little shy. I'm trying to bring that out on you because I was shy at one time too, and now I can't stop talking here. So, hopefully you guys at one point will get a little, camera brave and get online. I can send you guys a link, and you don't have to be from our kennels. You can just own a dog. You can own a working dog. You can own a Doberman. We just want to talk about your experience. Especially, I would love to have those clients on that have dogs over 10, 12, 13, 14 years and are still thriving. Because I want to know what you guys are doing, what you guys are feeding, if you guys are, what type of vaccinations you're giving, because I always promote not to over vaccinate, right? What type of holistic, what type of organic, remedies are you guys using? Um, flea and tick medication, which we don't really promote here as well. They have a lot of pesticides in them. They lead to cancer, and a lot of deaths have caused from them. So again, we're educators. We want to know what you guys can share with the world to other dog owners, so they can be, that more successful in their experience with their dogs. Their dogs can actually live longer. They, from your experience, from past experience, maybe they can see and be a little more proactive if they see something in their dog than to be reactive and making it too late, right? So again, we want to share the love. We want to network with some great people, and then again, it's all about the quality of your dog and sharing what you know. I always go back to this. My accounting professor used to always say, Mark, what you learn, you teach, and that's just sharing your knowledge. He'd always say, you can always lose a job, but you can never lose an education. So always learn, because you can always take that with you no matter where you go, right? Jobs come and go, but education is never a fake. Learning without implementation, it's just waste. Okay, so try to learn as much as you guys can, implement it into your dogs, and hopefully you can see the difference in the quality of your dogs and seeing how much longer they live. It's so funny because we implement all that same stuff with our rescue. She's 14 and a half years old, but we do it for all our dogs. Same feeding habits, same exercise, same stimulation, same love, all that good stuff, right? So I took out Paulie Deuces. He's our oldest male. He's almost 8 years old, 7 and a half. And I took him out to do some bite work the other day. And I even took him out over here to a collision center. And these people were like, "How old is he? 3, 4 years old?" I said, "Man, this kid's like 7 and a half, almost 8 years old." They're like, "Damn, he still looks like a puppy. He still has this, nice face and structure, all that good stuff." So again, when you have these compliments in your dog, you know that you're doing something right. When you have veterinarians, vet techs purchasing your puppies based on the office that you go to all the time with your dogs, bringing in puppies, getting them checked out, taking them home, shipping them out to different states, and they see all this stuff, they're like, "Wow, these dogs are awesome." You know, I would like to own a dog like that. So they always come to us and ask us, and they have to follow the same process just like you guys. Fill out the app. I don't care if I know you. I don't know your lifestyle. I want to know it, but application process. After I see your experience, I'll reach out to you. We'll talk a little bit. We'll get to know each other, um, and then from that time, then we'll see if it's the right time, if this is the right puppy for you, and then we'll go on from there, right? And then we'll place a puppy in your care, and then we'll keep in contact with you as much as you want to keep in contact with us. We have clients that we love so much, especially B-Ball and Mango, and all these different clients that really, really love their dogs. So every time they take them out to different adventures, different vacations, all these different places, testing them through trainers, and they're tagging us and they're promoting them. They're sending us pictures and videos. Man, we love that so much. Again, we don't always have the opportunity to do that, but we would love everyone to do that, because basically it's just promoting us, promoting our dogs, promoting our kennels, and you guys are enjoying your dogs. And that's the most important. You guys are happy, your dogs are happy, they're healthy, and you guys are having fun. And that's what the whole point is. All this breeding and all this good stuff. is sharing the breed with you guys, preserving the breed in the right way, breeding a healthy puppy, and then you guys enjoying your dog for every occasion. Because dogs give us something that no other human can. So, whether people say, oh, can you compare a dog to a person? Well, you can. And you can understand. Once you own a dog, you'll know. You'll know. They don't talk back. They don't do all that stuff. They just want to love you. They want to console you. They want to give you that emotional support that maybe your spouse can't. All these different types of situations where a dog can give you that stuff, right? And remember, DOG, spelled backwards, God. So, all that love that he's actually provided us with these, crazy creatures, we got to love them. We got to take care of them. So again, for me doing my part in preserving the breed is sharing all this love and knowledge with you guys, right? Make sure you have your dog for the longest period of time you can. All right, guys. So let me go check on the puppies real fast. Let me flip this over so you guys can see what I've been looking at on Instagram. So earlier I was showing you how we go live on StreamYard and Instagram and see all those comments right there, or actually people joining and joining out and all that stuff. Same thing with you guys. You guys are going in and out, in and out, in and out, and we're sharing love and the likes. Again, for you guys that are hitting likes and giving me gifts and all that good stuff, we really appreciate that. That really helps us. It shows us some feedback that we are doing, the right thing, and you guys are really taking value out of what we're trying to provide. And that, just gives us a little more motivation to do this every day. Again, social media seems like you're at almost like a rat race, almost like you're trying to chase your tail, trying to be better than what you were yesterday, which we always should. But always trying to figure out content and what to provide. So I always try to give you each and every day some different type of content. Come on, let's talk about it. That's what the whole thing of our Adobe Talk is, the learning podcast, is let's talk about it. It's not all about my voice, it's about your voice too. So let it be heard. And let me go grab a puppy and let me go see how they're doing, and then I'll take you back there. And then I'll jump off of YouTube and Instagram, and then we'll just go on live TikTok. So for you guys that are jumping on Instagram, maybe you guys don't have TikTok. Again, TikTok is pretty much the new Instagram. Before Instagram, it was Facebook, right? Before Facebook, it was MySpace. So all these social media platforms are just having a different type of how do I say algorithms that you guys can share your knowledge, share your love, share your hobbies, your passions, and all that good stuff. So if you guys don't have a TikTok, because we do lives here on TikTok, but we do more posting on Instagram. Okay. Whatever I do on Instagram, I'll try to bring over to TikTok, whether we post our dogs, our personal dogs, or whatever. But I'll tell you this, I'll do TikTok live every day, anytime on Instagram. All right. So that's what we're doing right now. And so Instagram users, hit me up. Hit me up if you guys join TikTok and just tag me so I can follow you as you guys follow us and we can stay in contact. Okay. But I do a lot of lives on TikTok, and again, a lot of posting on my Instagram pages. All right. So let me be right back while you guys talk to each other. Screen to screen. All right. So what time? 10:43 over here in Cali. All right, guys. Well, anyway, Instagram. Again, please follow us. Please like and share. We are going to end our live session on Instagram, but it's live on TikTok. So, as you guys know, again, I'm ending live here. If you guys seen our tutorial in the beginning through stream, end it right here through Instagram. Okay, so end live. Now you're out of it. Okay. Normally your live will be saved through your file. Okay. You can go back and unmute site so you can hear all your information when you go to your website. Exit out of here. So now I'm back at StreamYard. Okay. I'm back at StreamYard. Again, if you guys ever be on our podcast, see where it says right there? Present or invite. I can send you a link to your email and you can jump on with me and we can go live here. And I can have up to 10 people here, up to 10 people. But again, TikTok almost does the same thing. But the only thing that TikTok does is you can only go live on TikTok. StreamYard, you can actually stream to all your profiles. I can stream to my pages and you can stream to your pages. So now we're all showing love and we're all gaining access to all our followers. Okay, so that's the one thing, good thing about StreamYard. All right, so we'd love to have you guys on, talk about your experience. As you see, Adobe Talk, the Learning Podcast. Join us. All right, join us, and we'd love to have you on and share your experience. All right, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I normally, and if you guys know, see, I'll tell you, Twitch, X, and some other ones now. They just added some new ones. Let me see if they show it. LinkedIn, Kick, Bright Cove, Hopin, and then you can share your RTMP link for other platforms. And they can actually hear you, like Spotify, iHeart, things like that. All right, so you have a lot of different options here through StreamYard. Alrighty, guys, so I'm going to get off here, end stream here. So you just end the stream and watch.